What is up, guys? Ncaa 31 here, NCAA 14 demo. I'm starting the game on this coordinator cam, which I think sucks. I immediately change it back to the normal camera, and I'm never going to look back. I shouldn't say that. I might give it another try, but I just didn't work out for me. But let's talk about this demo, what I think. Impressions of the games based on what we see here. As far as demo goes, this is a very, very good demo. One of the better demos that I remember. I'm here using Ohio State. I wanted to check out the Urban Meyer spread. One of the things that I did before I played a game, really, was I started up a game with Ohio State and then started up a game with Oregon, because I just wanted to go into the audibles and go through the formations and the plays and take a look at whether or not the playbooks had something resembling their own individual flavor to the spread option. That's something that I feel kind of was missing in NCAA 13 and also NCAA 12. The spread option playbooks all seem to be pretty much identical to each other, and I was really impressed with Oregon's playbook. I mean, that is as close to schematically correct as I've seen. You've got variations of the read option everywhere. You have the inside, you have the outside, you have guard trap, tackle trap, you have the midline, you have the veer, the inverted veer, you have triple, you have virtually every type of variety you could have. And I was happy to see that, because the base of Oregon's spread option attack as far as the ground game goes is different from Urban Meyer's spread. Oregon loves that zone read game. They love little tweaks and wrinkles off of that zone read action, while Urban Meyer's spread, its base is more power dive, counter tray, using the quarterback. If you have a guy like Urban Meyer had in Tim Tebow, or has in Braxton Miller as a dive back, if you have the luxury to do it. The only thing that I was kind of disappointed in, play-wise, was not as many QB runs as I would like to see. Oregon's had more QB wraps. I was hoping to see more QB powers and a QB counter out of Ohio State, but I only saw a couple of QB powers and some blast and draw. This is a nice play here. This is basically a shotgun version of the flex bone slot back dive, and that's what Urban Meyer does. He's basically a guy who runs wing T and flex bone style option out of the shotgun, more or less. So, schematically, I really like how the spread playbooks have a little bit more of their personal flavor. I'm looking forward to seeing the Gus Malzahn spread, and also seeing how Notre Dame's playbook looks this year. And here we go on defense, playing 4-3 with Ohio State. I wish we could have access to the depth chart, but on the first play of the game, I get a sack off a 4-man pass rush. The 4-3 playbook has some new cover 2 zone blitzes. I'm going to be tweaking around with that. Game just runs really clean. I'm waiting for the first video to come out, and it's coming, of some yahoo saying how it's the same game and EA didn't put any work in. Did a nice job here with this demo. It's got some quirks, most notably the no huddle is buggy as hell. I gotta believe that's going to be cleaned up for the retail version with the dominance of the spread no huddle attack. Here I'm back on offense, running the old buck sweep. Love that pulling lineman action. Concerns about whether the run blocking or the option game is going to be overpowered. Tough to say until you get into user games and the online world. Run a little jet sweep here. That gets stoned as the end does a good job there. You know, they're allowed to win. We have press coverage on both sides of the field, so that means the glorious return of the pressure 3-3-5 stack. And on the march here again on offense, pays the price there. So I really am impressed with the variety in the spread option game. Here we have the jet veer option there. You see the convoy that formed here. Kind of a little bit of a play action game, but I play action pass right into a double blitz. Defense plays a lot smarter for the CPU. The offense plays a lot smarter for the CPU as well. They don't make as many bonehead decisions. You don't get. I haven't seen the computer wig out on a screen pass yet, and they just seem to play a lot more sensibly. I actually lost a CPU game. Oregon beat me. I was using A&M and checking out. Great throw here. Look at the replay. The safety, you know, sells out and dives for the ball, but Braxton Miller makes the play. Like right here. I really like that. Sells out, just doesn't quite get there. Braxton Miller's going to be one of the best players in this game, as we know. But going back to the A&M Oregon game I played, I was looking at how the air raid playbook for A&M looked, as you know that Sumlin was the coach for Houston when Case Keenum was his QB, and he brought the air raid over to A&M and tweaked his system to accommodate Johnny Football's talents, and it still got that core air raid feel to it, but with more than enough zone read and QB keeper game to take advantage of Johnny Football. I'm just very happy that I can finally put the run into my run and shoot the way I want to do it, instead of having to finagle my way around trying to get a run game. I mean, Barry Sanders played most of his career in a run and shoot offense, for crying out loud. It's called a run and shoot for a reason. So now the computer is in no huddle mode, and as you saw, there's a delay, lag, whatever you want to call it, in the demo. As I get the INT there. There's a weird Infinity Engine moment here coming up. I think it's coming up this play, or after this play. There was a weird moment on a play action pass earlier when I was driving. I don't know whether my receiver hit someone and it knocked him back out of the end zone, or the pass did, or his route did, or what, but that was an odd one. Now here I'm running some play action. And I get the blocking there, only a 4-man rush. I find the open guy. But I have an Infinity Engine moment where the ball looks like it bounces off the defender's shoulder pad into my receiver. I'm trying to set up a screen here off that jet sweep action, but the computer just kind of sniffs it out. And again, I like that. The computer's playing that much smarter. You can't just abuse a CPU with slip screens all day. Here it is. Tell me what you think about this play. It looks like it hit his shoulder pad when you look at the replay. I thought it was going to be a pick, so I threw it late. He was open right here, but I see him late. And does that hit his shoulder? I think it does. I think it hits his shoulder and bounces to him. And here's the midline option. The defensive tackle is unblocked on purpose. You read him. I read it wrong, but I get 2 yards because Braxton Miller is just that much of a beast. So when you look at the return of the press coverage on both sides of the field on the PS3, love the blocking. The game runs nice and clean. Stadium atmosphere is nice. The playbooks so far look really nice. They look really up to snuff. The ones that I've looked at so far. You can tell quite a bit of work was put in. And that bodes well for Madden as well. As last year, Ncaa got a bit of the red-headed stepchild treatment. Didn't notice as much route mirroring. Some of the more obnoxious gameplay settings have been removed. The aggressive blocking, aggressive defensive line, aggressive pass defense, those are gone, thankfully. I'd love to see them all gone personally. But if any were to be sent packing, I think we can all agree that those are the ones, as we get the INT there as Gardner throws it into double coverage. And here I just wanted to run a play action screen just to see what it looked like with 2 seconds left.
Makes the catch and look out.
Nice little back juke there. Sweet. Getting a hang of these running controls, so looking good. Not a perfect game by any stretch, of course. Now, there are going to be exploits. Yes, people are going to find exploits. It's a video game. Exploiters and cheaters are going to find exploit and cheeses. You know, you can't worry about how other people choose to play. You can only focus on you. So, I'll play a couple more games, post them, talk about more about what I find, and go from there. Looking forward to it. Talk to you all later.